This is the Provo River, and this is the second run through on our sampling. Yesterday, the first run we came through and they did the best they could and collected as many as they could. Now the second run, we'll go through again and see how many more we can get. And the difference between the two runs is helpful for statistics. So they're coming forward again. And obviously you're not going to catch as many the second time. Hopefully the first time you get almost all of them. That gives you a good indication of how successful your capture rate is. They're pulling along there. That electric cord trails along. You have to be careful. Sometimes it can get hung up on rocks and things like that. And of course you want to be careful you don't fall down. There's the little raft there, the pontoon boat. It's got the generator on there and the electrodes out the back, and then the wires to the metal nets, and makes the electrical field that stuns the fish. Has a live well there on the back. Catching these fish and transferring them net to net and putting them in the thing. Getting back up to the end again, or to the end point where we stopped on the first run. This is the measured distance here. I think it's 600 feet. If I remember, I'll have to check with Mike on that, but I think it's 600 feet measured with the tape. After they complete this second run, then they'll go back down through and start counting. They're counting the fish that are in the holding barrels and measuring them and weighing them, and then you'll have the data, and it'll take weeks to process that data. They've pushed the fish up to the upper limit of the survey area. Then they'll take the final amount of fish out of the live well and put them in the tanks and so forth, and then that's it. Now we're back down, starting to do the measurement. Mike's preparing the chart there. Helpers down below are going to take the fish out of the barrels. This lady's going to be the scribe. She's going to write down the weights and lengths and so forth, the type of fish, and Mike will measure them. So go down in there with a big nylon net, get the fish in there, transfer them to the bucket, and then hand the bucket up so that Mike can take them out and measure them. Has a sensitive scale there and a container on top of it to put the fish in, and then get ready to get this process going. This is really important. I mean, it's interesting to go along and see how many fish are in there, but the really important thing is to be sure that you have an idea, an accurate scientific idea of how many fish you caught and what their sizes were and so forth. So there'll be hundreds of entries here. That's a really nice brown trout there. Probably, I'm just looking here from this distance, probably 17, 18 inches long, maybe more. Well conditioned. Beautiful fish. Not everything is big. You've even measured the little sculpins here, you know, they're about as big as your thumb. Measure them, weigh them. It's a sensitive scale. Little rascals. Now if you're a fisherman, this should tell you something. Those big browns in there, if they want something really substantial to eat, that's what they're going to look for, the sculpin. Very few small fish that we caught today, except for those sculpins, a lot of them. And these fish, in case you wonder whether these fish are in good shape or not, they're really hard to control to get them measured. I didn't see us lose any fish with this electroshocking day, and I was along the bank watching. So they measure the length, weigh them, and they call out the numbers and so forth. And the scribe there, the record keeper, writes it down manually. Soon as they're measured, whoop, into the water. Didn't hurt them to pitch them off. You know, sometimes they stock trout from airplanes, so not big trout, but little trout. Measuring some more sculpins. No, that's a small trout there. Little sculpins. Look at the little guys. See the color? It appears there was just one type of sculpin in here. They're all about the same size. There's Dan. Dan is helping us out. He's got to look at that fish. Dan got in the action here. Put some more water in the bucket so they transfer some more fish. That's a good size one. You can tell by the way it's flopping the net. These nets are soft nylon. That's easy on the fish. That's what I use for landing nets. It's kind of a problem though, if you get the hook in them or something in the net, and it's hard to get it out. But I really like the soft nets. There's another big one. Really nice done. Now Mike's checking to see for the status of that fish as far as whether it's getting ready to spawn or something. Oh, that's a pretty fish. Yeah, these fish are in good shape in this section. We'll have to see. We're going to test another section tomorrow, or sample another section tomorrow, and we'll see if they're as well conditioned as these. Now, all the fish that we caught weren't this big now, but this particular bucket has got some really good ones in it. There's another one. I could not believe, and I've fished this river a long time, I could not believe how many fish were in there. I just could not believe it. It's just, there's the shocking boat. Got the generators, got the live well there on the top. You just pull it along. Now this is another crew checking things. If we had a number of volunteers, we have ladies that are volunteers, and
118.
very careful. I'm not sure about these ladies, whether they were students or training or I don't know.
95.
Anyway, they did a good job.
13.
Now there's counting the little sculpins again.
8 and 10. What'd you say?
There's
95 and 10.
You can see how much data there is on there. All that that's all handwritten on there. She's having a good time though. Well, the day is pretty much done. Need to put some of the equipment away. Get ready to transport it, and then we'll bring it back tomorrow to a different place. These volunteers, we had plenty of labor. Yeah. This is work, but it's fun when doing stuff like this. So they continue the counting, they put that away. And this is a trailer that the pontoon boat goes on, and the Fish and Game, Wildlife Resources trucks and so forth. We're just kind of winding down the day here. Getting ready. Yeah, getting ready. This is the second day. There's one more day. Tomorrow's another day. Oh, it's a tough place to work, isn't it, huh? The guiding is difficult, and it's hard work. People think it's easy, but I'll tell you what, the benefits of being out here on the river far outweigh any problems.